doesn't give out. Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez, coming at you today with a Veve OMI update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. For not, welcome back. I love y'all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, and subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon, smashing that super thanks button down below. And here we go. We'll start with the OMI real quick. We're down about 0.6% on the day over the last 24 hours. We are currently at 673,000 in volume. And again, I've gone over this part. I told people at New York Comic-Con this last week, you know, why I really got involved with 4chan and Grumpycat is because I really wanted to see what it would take to get, you know, just meme coins onto other exchanges. And normally it's, hey, $10,000 listing here, $20,000 listing there. And a lot of times those listings are waived if you can just say like, hey, you don't need to give us a listing fee, just give us that amount in this particular token and we'll list it for you. Or you could just be like, hey, we'll put this in the business development wallet, and then once we have enough, we'll give it there, and this way we get listed. I know everyone wants exchanges. I want exchanges too. Everyone wants exchanges, but we want to do it the right way. Again, they have an entire team set up, a whole blockchain team for OMI to integrate it into the app, to integrate it into other exchanges, and again, they can do it whenever they want. And there's multiple reasons for them holding it back right now. Again, they want a little bit more utility than just, hey, put OMI in the app, and then we'll give you more MCP points for it, the MCP points which you currently can't use. So yes, it's utility. Yes, you're getting more of that. And yes, you will be able to use those in the future, hopefully in the next couple of months. But currently it's like, you know, they don't really want to list right now as kind of just a relatively nothing coin. They want a little bit more utility. I do think when we get bronze tickets and we have like more utility, hey, we could use something. We could actually have a burning mechanism for this OMI that people are doing themselves. They're straight up deciding to destroy their OMI for more bronze tickets, because what is it if you burn, you know, $20 in OMI and suddenly you get this drop? You're guaranteed to get this drop. You pay for the drop, and let's say the drop is, you know, $20. Now it's worth $100. You pay the 20 in OMI. You pay the 20 for the drop. $40. You know, you more than double your money. I think that's a big incentive for people to really go and burn their own circulating supply. So it's not that Veve's doing it. It's that the people themselves are doing it. And again, if people wanted to, if they wanted to just set up a wallet and be like, hey, talk to these exchanges and go get OMI listed. Again, other exchanges will do that in general, just because they'll have, you know, they just want those trading fees. And if, you know, they're not going to get it from Veve or Komi. They're just going to list it themselves. So you will get a lot of renegade listings in the future. But again, just give it a couple more months. Let us get some bronze tickets. And I think probably by January, you'll see them talking a little bit about the token a little bit more. Currently, right now, the only time they really mention it is if it's in conjunction with the Veve app. But again, what David, Dan, and Fanny Carbonell are all speaking at, that crypto event, it is a crypto event. It's not like a, hey, there's a digital collectibles event. Like it was, you know, it usually is for DCon collectibles, San Diego Comic-Con, New York Comic-Con, you know, it is for physical stuff. And that's why you have Veve there to bridge that gap between the physical and digital. But this event they're going to in January is straight up a crypto event. So obviously you have David, the last time he kind of mentioned this when he was talking with Binance a few months ago, and he had, you know, his OMI hat on. He didn't necessarily talk about OMI, but they introduced him as the founder of Akomi, and he wore his OMI hat. So that was really the last time we kind of got any, you know, a lot of big eyes on it. But if you take a look now, you could just go to cryptoxr.fr. So that's crypto, X as in X-ray, R as in Romeo, dot, F as in Foxtrot, R as in Romeo. And you see that it's 100 days, 1 hour, 1 minute, 2 seconds. And that's where it'll be. So like I said, it is a crypto event. Now, obviously, they're going to incorporate the Veve app in there saying, oh, yes, you could use this crypto within the app. So they definitely want to have the bronze tickets by that point. Anywho, moving on. Speaking of the Grumpycat, we are down about 4% on the day for Grumpycat. Not terrible considering we were up 8% yesterday. We're still at about a 4.5 fully diluted market cap right now. So 4.5 million, I'm okay with that. That's fine. Slow but steady wins that race. It is really one of the strongest communities I've seen, at least as far as meme coins. You know, I was telling a couple of whales in New York this past week, which they have Grumpycat, like, you know, how's it doing? I was like, it'll go. And, you know, we have, I don't know how much I can say. Well, we have these exchanges right now, and most likely we'll be getting others in the near future. A lot of times exchanges, what they want is they want to have not just a certain amount of volume each day, not just a certain amount of wallet holders, but they want both of them. They want a certain amount of wallet holders, a certain amount of volume each day, and then like, okay, we'll do it. And obviously, as they do it, the more and more people get on. Anywho, moving on here. If anyone reads charts, Sephiroth Torvid over on the X, I was just saying, oh, hey, look at this based on these charts, X, Y, and Z. I don't know what he's looking at, whether it's a 30-day moving average or whatever it is, but it says $11 million market cap incoming. There's more than a doubling for it is for Grumpycat right now. Again, anyway, moving on. We have... Somebody asked the question, so Veve on October 9th, they had said 3 days away from New York Comic Con, dare we say this will be Veve's most historic event yet, talking about, their party on the 12th. All-star lineup of Marvel New York Comic Con drops, Digital Comics in collaboration with Addiction HQ and the Addiction #1. And they said another huge surprise incoming. They didn't exactly say what that was, and I don't think we got another huge surprise. So they're probably saving that for something. I'm going to reckon that at some point this week, maybe next week, but I would say max 10 days, you get another Veve app update. Currently, right now, what they do is they try to, code for a week, they'll test for a week, and then they'll roll whatever they have out, whether it's a big update or not. But if you go on to at least Android and you have the Play Store and you type in Veve, it'll just say, oh, open, like, eventually that will say update. And when it says update, you'll be like, oh, okay, we have something new. And then from there, you could usually see exactly what it is. Anyway, moving on from that. Maybe that's what's going to be the surprise. Oh, hey, on this update, we have X. So one of the most impressive stacks I have... Anyone ever remember Star Wars Episode 1, Phantom Menace, where Qui-Gon Jinn is talking to, I think, the Council, the Jedi Council. He's like, he has the highest midichlorian count I've ever seen in a life form. Like, he was super impressed with that. This is one of the most impressive stacks I've ever seen in a life form on Veve. Mr. Squibbs has 18 Amazing Fantasy 15 secret rares. So Amazing Fantasy 15, in case you don't know, it is that first appearance of Spider-Man. This is the secret rare. There's only 10,000 of those comics. I know Marvel Comics #1 in real life goes for more. Great. But there happens to be less of those than Amazing Fantasy 15. On Veve, there's 60,000 MC1s. There's only 10,000 Amazing Fantasies. So obviously there is much less. There's 1/6 the supply. So if my man, Mr. Squibbs, has 18 of these, there's about 8,500 each. And at least that's the floor right now. Granted, these have been bought and sold for a lot higher, definitely in the 5 figures, like multiple 5-figure sales. But let's be super conservative and say 8,000 for each of them. You're looking at $144,000 just in Amazing Fantasy 15 secret rares. That is heckin' wild. That is... God, he could sell that and get like 100-something million OMI. Anyway, moving on here. So I won't say who it is. I don't want to call out anyone, too bad. But there was somebody that says $150 is way too much for the Funko Iron Man Funko Pop. Says it's no more limited than this one for $18. I may have been in for the $20 to $30 range, and this one just happens to be a LeBron James golden Funko drop. Now, I don't know how many there are. Again, the Funko Iron Man ones, there are 3,000 of them. The Chase is 50 of them, which is exceedingly rare. The LeBron, again, I don't actually know the numbers on that, but again, just for some comparison here, just for some perspective, does the LeBron James one come with a redemption code for a digital collectible that's likely also going to sell, even if you get the common, sell for $25, $50? That secret rare, that Chase, will sell for over $1,000. Does the LeBron James come with that? And again, perspective. Let me know if it does. Is that LeBron James the first ever partnership that Marvel, Funko, and Veve are doing? No, it's not, because I know that one. I know Veve. It's not it. You have to go and, yeah, you can compare the price of certain things, but what else are you getting? Again, the price is what you pay, but that value is what you get. So, when you read something like that, be like, okay, I understand what you're saying, but but why is it like this? What are the reasons for that? And when you go and you look at the reasons, sometimes you find good reasons, sometimes you find bad reasons. Here we have really good reasons why we have a $150 price point. It's because of everything that I had just said. Anywho, moving on. So we have a really interesting post. We have Michelle Waffle, who says she's a comic book princess over on the X, conscious cosplayer, co-host of Power of X-Men. She has a couple thousand followers over on the X. And she does happen to have 8,200 followers over on Instagram, so that's a little bit more. But she had a post on September 25th saying, "Happy National Comic Book Day. Collect what you love is the vibe." And that collect what you love, she has a really cool shirt, and it's from the Marvel Unlimited app, I guess. So she tagged Marvel Unlimited, which is currently their app that they're using right now for all the comic books, but it doesn't have all the comic books. Marvel Unlimited, even though, and look at the Vengeance #1 over there. It's the first appearance of not America Chavez. America Chavez. Saying, collect what you love, which I think is really cool. Marvel Unlimited right now, you pay, I think, like $10 a month, whatever, and you have up to like 30,000 comic books that you can go and, and read, which is great. And you have your little library. I've read this, and it's fun. But you don't really get to buy anything, and you definitely can't sell anything because they're not NFTs. You don't really have ownership of them. We've had it in She-Hulk. We've had it in Moon Knight. We're supposed to have it in the new Daredevil Born Again series before that got shelved. QR codes. There's QR codes in a lot of these different series, and the QR codes, I believe, right now you get that and you get a free comic book, whatever, I think on Marvel Unlimited. I do believe that in the future, it is either going to connect to Veve, you get a free download, a free comic book on Veve, or you get something. I'm not sure what it's going to be, but there has to be a reason. There has to be something why they're doing it. Well, especially why Veve retweeted this. So she goes on and says, "Collect what you love is the vibe. Enjoyed picking up books that feature female characters like Vengeance #1, saying first appearance of America Chavez. Love that Chavez." And then Veve had retweeted that saying, "And that's something we say quite often around here. #collectors at heart." So I think whoever's in charge of the account, whether it be Old Rhubarb or Alex, going and just searching collectors at heart, or collect what you love, and then just going and finding stuff like that to retweet. Or there might be another reason why they had retweeted that. I don't know. But they do have the Marvel Unlimited that is tagged in this. And Marvel Unlimited currently has 200,000 followers. So maybe something like that. Comment down below your theories. And shout out to WC3NTE, who had left Comic-Con. He was so impressed, and he's like, you know what? I want to go out with a bang. And this mad lad goes and gets a secret rare Spider-Man, paying $4,450. Shout out to him on that. In the macro, we have some decent news. We have Roblox, which is an online game platform with 200 million monthly active users. Wow. It now accepts XRP as a payment method. I do believe at some point, it could be Roblox, could be other things. There's going to be other people that are going to be like, hey, if we just like mention, and you're going to see it first with like influencers, anyone with, 10, 50, 100,000 subscribers on Twitter, TikTok, whatever, they'll be like, whoa, this is a really passionate community. If I just mention the community, if I just talk about it, I want to get more views, I want to get more whatever, and get, inbox will be flooded. It's good for the algorithm. They're going to tap into that. And again, that's just the influencer side. When you have businesses, especially big businesses with hundreds of millions of people, saying, hey, we don't have to do anything. We just have to accept a certain payment, and suddenly all these people are going to flood in and they're going to use our stuff. And again, even if they make nothing on the initial purchase, oh, this person was going to buy this thing anyway, with OMI, whatever, now we just convert it. But now this person that's now able to use OMI, they can come in and buy other things, and they could go on, and that's a great way to onboard new users and new customers. I can't freaking wait for that to happen, and it will. So Crypto T goes and posts, this SEC has to approve or delay 3 spot Bitcoin ETFs today, including one from Fidelity. Those are most likely, I haven't heard anything, so most likely those are delayed. I would expect, what the fudge did I do? I didn't bruises on. Anyway, though I would say that they're going to be more towards the spring, more towards the Bitcoin halving, and they're not going to just approve 1 or 2 or 3 at a time. They're going to approve like 6 or 7 or 9 all at once. So most likely we have a couple more months. I mean, again, the other day when we had those Bitcoin ETFs that were like rumored to be approved, it jumped up like 10%. in like 24 hours. And then as soon as we found out, oh, hey, yeah, that was a rumor. It's not really being approved. It went right back down. But we're still at 28-something thousand, so that is good. I don't know who this person was, but has the ultimate apex predator, the uncommon of the T-Rex. 350 of them. That is a huge stack. That is more impressive than my 200 common alligator Lokis. Like I said, huge stack, and people just stack stuff. And that's another thing I wanna mention. So, they're doing the Fantastic Four movie in 2025. They're doing a X-Men movie in 2026. So you have Secret Wars coming out. They might, we haven't gotten a Wolverine collectible yet, and we haven't had the Wolverine comic yet. Okay, why? This is something that we wanting. They hear us. They know we want it. Why aren't they giving it to us? Be advised, for those that don't know, we've been asking for years. We were asking for like a Jurassic Park drop, and it was ready for years. But the licensor was like, hey, let's wait until the new movie comes out, and then we'll go and release this stuff when the new movie comes out. And it's like, okay, maybe Marvel's going to Veve, and they're like, hey, listen, we know your audience is really clamoring for the Wolverine stuff. Wait till Deadpool 3 or wait till Secret Wars. So in the new X-Men movie that Marvel's doing, they're going to reboot a whole bunch of characters. It might not be anything to what James Gunn is doing he's recasting like 98% of people. What Kevin Feige's doing, especially after Secret Wars, is they're going in and they're doing a soft reboot. The MCU will stay kind of like as it is, and then they'll just have this new universe, and then they could bring anyone back from the original MCU as they want, if they want to come back. But the reason I'm bringing this up is because Hugh Jackman is staying as the Wolverine through 2026. So in that new X-Men movie, they won't have him as Wolverine. It'll be a new person as Wolverine, and they'll just change it in Secret Wars. But it's very possible if we don't get Wolverine on here, from the X-Men on the app by the time Deadpool 3 happens, we might have to wait till 2026. I don't know whether it's a comic, whether it's a physical collectible, or a Marvel Mighty. I would love a Marvel Mighty. Anyway, just throwing that out there. Something else I want to throw out there is Through the Betaverse, which is a Disney comic that had launched like a month or two ago, and it sold like maybe 2,000 comics. It didn't sell a lot. But there was only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 secret rares on there, just because there was only so many that were bought. So there are only so many secret rares, and the people have banded together to make the floor $9,500. So please don't poolside into that. You could still go and get this actual comic. Like, it's going to take quite a while, but if you go to the drops, and I'll talk about the Iron Man thing in a second, but if you go to the drops and actually, you might not even do that. Yeah, go to September 13th. So this is last month by this point. And you click on it, and you scroll down. You could still buy now. It's $7. And there are, 68.97 left. So there's still a ton. So don't poolside into that. If you really want the secret rare, just buy a fudge ton of these, and eventually you'll go and get one, and you will spend much less than $9,500. Just throwing that out there. Okay, so now I said I was going to do the this Marvel Funko thing, this Iron Man. It's like, Chavez, aren't we not getting the Funko drop until 18 October at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time? And you are correct. This is just something that's saying, oh, they're putting it on here so that when people go and redeem the codes, it's on here. So there's not going to be a buy now button. There's not going to be anything. I think the drop Ryan confirmed in Spaces that it's nothing. Like, don't expect a surprise drop. I thought it was at first. I posted on Twitter, like, guys, what is this? Everyone go here right now. Refresh the button. But it's not that. It's just something that they have to put on there so that when people go and redeem those redemption codes, those QR codes, whatever they are, they have it in here. So there are 3,000 of them, 1,500 of which are the common. So you have a 1 in 2 chance of getting the common, another 1 in 2 chance of getting any of the other variants. Now, obviously, the look how it says 1 in infinity. Again, there's only 3,000, so be advised, you might not be able to get it tomorrow. It's going to be exceedingly hard because you're going to have just the normal Funko Pop people in general, which there might be. Without the Veve fam, that may or may not have sold out in a day or two. Whatever. Let's say there's a couple hundred people. Let's say a couple buy multiple of them because it is a limit of 2 per household. You don't have a they don't know the Veve fam. Even without any of the Funko people, this would sell out immediately. So if you don't get any, I don't think we would crash the site at all. I'm sure it could handle 10,000 people. But yeah, that's what's going on. So $450,000 later, it'll be sold out. Yeah, moving on here. Oh, and shout out to my girl Wendy Lopez. She was at New York Comic Con this past week. Oh my god, I'm dying. She was at New York Comic Con this past week, and she had just mentioned on X before an email from NFT NYC saying, "Congrats, Wendy. You've been approved as a speaker for NFT NYC 2024, April 3rd through 5th at North Javits in Hudson Yards. Note, while you have been selected as a speaker, your session topic is still under review. Session topics will be determined when our team begins programming. Blah, 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 blah." Can't wait to go and see her. Can't wait to, shout out to Wendy for that. That is super hella fantastic. Speaking of shout outs, on my last video, which I did this morning, just saying a thank you to the Veve and OMI community. I love you guys and why new people are going to flock here. We have a Comey going in and saying, "We appreciate you, Randy." Oh my god, I missed it. We have a Comey going and saying, "We appreciate you, Randy." Gotta love a Comey. They know how to make me feel good. Speaking of a Comey, we have Al Kahn, who is also chairman and CEO of Kidtagious, going out on LinkedIn before saying, "I'm thrilled to announce a new partnership with Kidrageous and one of our largest private collection of comic books from 1949 to present. It includes Prime, Marvel, DC, and classic retro titles from the Gold and Silver, plus the Bronze Age, with over 125,000 individual comics. Now, the anticipated value of some books will range in the high 5 to 6 figures. The entire collection is worth hundreds of millions of dollars. More details how you can participate will be forthcoming. True existing collectibles from Kidrageous." Currently, I don't think this has anything to do with Veve. If they want to go and do something, I'm sure that Al will be like, "Oh, hey, if you want to be put on chain, if you want to do something, just go with the Veve team." Any success for Al Kahn is a success for us in one way or another. I had a few people ask me about Decon. Veve has yet to announce whether they are or they are not going to Decon. I will not. I can't. I have so much stuff to do. I have 2 trips already I have to do in December. I have that France trip in January for Veve, and then another trip a week after that in another location, which Veve may or may not go to. I don't know. So I have that, and even if Veve, and again, they have been focusing on Asia a lot. Listen, Veve has to go where the money is, which is why they're incredibly intelligent. I know that it seems that the U.S. gets all of the all of the things. They get all of the events. Well, be advised, from here to France is like a 6-hour flight. From New York to France, like a 6-hour flight. From Anaheim, California, or San Diego, California, to here, New York, is like a 5.5-hour flight. So even though, I get it, there are technically 2 events that the U.S. gets every year, New York Comic Con, San Diego Comic Con. They're 5.5-hour flight away from each other, almost as long as we are away from France. So it's, yeah, I get it. There's 2 in the U.S., but it takes a lot for someone from New York to go to California, and from California to go to New York, and vice versa. But as far as Decon goes, when people are there, and I've been there all the years, the people that are there for Veve are there for Veve, and the people that are there for other stuff are there for other stuff, and we don't really get a lot of interaction from the other people that are there. We have a couple people saying that are curious, but there's not a lot of onboarding that happens from that particular convention. There's always, it's like hundreds from San Diego and New York Comic Con, so it makes sense to go to them. And again, Veve has to if they want to continue to grow. So the thing in France, why I think they're doing it, one is because it is a crypto thing, so I'm hoping they focus on OMI, but also because it's pretty easy to get there from Belgium, Germany, Switzerland, pretty much anywhere inside Europe, even London. And I know, because of Brexit, it's hard. This video is going on for too long, so I'll stop it here. After I say this, is that, listen, you can have a whole bunch of different countries come to France because it's fairly easy to get to. And if they want to say, "Hey, we're going to not go to decon because we're going friends and general, that's fine. I'm 100% okay with that. Or if they say we want to go to another place a week after, we want to focus on Asia, wherever they want to go to where the money is. I mean, in Asia, you have a lot more people per capita than the US that spend money on video games. They have a lot more people in general. So if they want to go to Asia, 100% okay with that. Anyway, that's it for me. Please comment, like, and subscribe. The comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashie. Bye-bye, Dashie. I'm dying. Goodbye. Meow, 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 meow. Sleeping comics. Meow, meow, meow.